Is he wearing two hats?
John Cena is also like The Undertaker, in which they wear two hats to the ring.
What is in the water that cleans hats on SmackDown?
They're doubling up, man. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of our 2008 Universe Mode. My name is Jordan.
I'm Robert, and we are in the aftermath, the wake, if you will, of the Great American Bash, our most recent pay-per-view.
That's right, we are 24 hours removed from the Bash, and kicking things off, we had a crazy show at the Bash. Groundbreaking, universe-shattering show.
4 title changes, right?
Yeah, all of your championships changed hands.
They did. Raw is in flux.
Except for the Women's Championship.
That's true.
Which was not defended at the pay-per-view. It was defended the week prior on Raw.
Correct.
And Michelle McCool was able to retain, but here, every one of your champions lost.
We're setting up for SummerSlam. We got to climb that ladder.
Yeah, very universe-shattering, as I said before. As far as on the SmackDown side of things, we also saw John Cena defeat The Miz, and Melina became the new Divas Champion.
She did.
So, unfortunately for Christian, though, Chris Jericho maintains his undefeated streak and is still the WWE Champion. But let's not waste any more time because we have a big show for you guys today. Robert, let's hit up Raw.
On Raw, right now in the ring is our new Intercontinental Champion, Jeff Hardy, and he has issued an open challenge to anyone in the locker room to face him for the title. Mark Henry answers the call. He has been bested by Jeff twice previously in the World Heavyweight Championship Gold Rush Tournament and the Battle Royal to crown a number 1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship that Hardy would go on to win. Henry tries to keep Hardy grounded by utilizing his size and strength, cutting Hardy off at every turn. But Jeff continues to have glimmers of hope throughout, before being cut down by the much larger opponent. Henry lets his guard down for a moment, and Hardy is able to land a twist of fate, but Mark Henry kicks out at 2. Jeff goes to the top rope and lands a swanton bomb, but again, it is not enough to put away the world's strongest man. Hardy hits his comeback, but Henry cuts him off and lands the world's strongest splash, but Hardy is in the ropes. Hardy connects with a second twist of fate to pick up the victory. Next, CM Punk comes to the ring and calls out MVP. Punk humble brags about having MVP's number and asks, if you're the MVP and I'm better than you, what does that make me? And follows that up by saying he doesn't need to attack MVP from behind to beat him. Fair is fair and luck is for losers. MVP comes out sporting a new look and says that after embarrassing him at the Great American Bash, he's going to make Punk pay. Punk says he's going to shut MVP up for good. MVP says he's making a career move and is headed for the top and doesn't care who's coming with him, but won't let anyone stand in his way. He's not going to let Punk disrespect him again, and he'll fight on his time. Punk laughs and headbutts MVP, leading to an in-ring brawl that spills to the outside, and Punk stands tall. The next match is Shelton Benjamin taking on John Morrison with Dolph Ziggler. These two start off grappling, eventually leading to Morrison getting the better of Shelton, but Shelton is able to land some big moves to battle back. Eventually, Morrison hits the Moonlight Drive and pins Shelton for the win. Just 24 hours after their ladder match at Great American Bash, the new champions, Crime Time, face off with the former champions Air Boom in a non-title match. Kofi and JTG start the match off, and Air Boom takes control early on, keeping JTG in their corner, cutting the ring in half. Shad eventually makes it in, and he and JTG pick up the pace, but Kofi is able to counter Shad and connect with a boom drop and a Trouble in Paradise. But to everyone's shock, Shad got the shoulder up right before the 3 count. JTG and Shad put those big Tims to Evan Bourne, but Kofi is able to break up the pin attempt. We get a ref bump, followed by Shad hitting the STO. He makes the tag to JTG, who hits his comeback, but Bourne makes the hot tag to Kofi. JTG tosses them both to the outside. JTG leaps to the outside, but Kofi catches him with a midair trouble in paradise, cutting JTG open. Shad gets a hot tag, but Kofi cuts him off and hits his comeback. He connects with the monkey flip and a crossbody to pin Shad for the victory. That was wild, but even better, we have the new World Heavyweight Champion Rey Mysterio in action next against the Game, Triple H. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the new World Heavyweight Champion, Rey Mysterio.
The man who defeated the Viper at the Great American Bash is here in Utah, and we are ready to go for tonight's main event on Raw.
You know those people from Salt Lake love them some Rey Mysterio. It's a known fact.
I mean, Salt Lake City and Rey Mysterio has clearly gotten Salt Lake City confused with the Lakers.
Yeah, he clearly thinks he's in Los Angeles. Maybe he took one too many bumps last night.
It's fine, though, because look at that World Heavyweight title through his shirt.
He's playing a little coy. He doesn't want anybody to look at him funny because he's the new champ.
Everything's fine, though, because he's about to take on this guy.
Speaking of people who like to play it coy.
And the Game has not been doing so well since losing to Rey Mysterio at that pay-per-view, Night of Champions.
This is true. They had a knockdown, drag-out brawl at Extreme Rules, and Triple H has kind of been up against it ever since then.
And his opponent, from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 260 pounds, Triple.
And so the Game is setting his sights on the new World Heavyweight Champion in Rey Mysterio. And a victory here, which we've seen Triple H beat Rey Mysterio before.
Yes, with that epic spinebuster stump pull combination.
The victory here against the champion will go a long way, especially since Rey's been on such a roll since defeating Triple H.
One could say he's been en fuego. But the Game looking cut as ever.
Cut as ever.
Ready to take on the World Heavyweight Champion Rey Mysterio if his entrance will ever end. Maybe. Triple H likes to take a forever coming to the ring. Get it, because he's the cerebral assassin. So the mind game starting early.
And this match is about to get started, but wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
There's Randy Orton.
Last night, Rey Mysterio beat Orton fair and square for the World Heavyweight Championship. But Orton clearly has an issue still and is coming ringside. Looks like he's going to join us at the announce booth over there to talk about this match.
Well, unfortunately for Randy Orton, we did not have another headset in the budget. So he's going to have to remain quiet. So sorry, folks. You're just going to get stuck listening to Robert and I talk over this match. The bell is rung, and Triple H,
wow,
popping Rey Mysterio over and then dropping a big knee. It seems that the mind games from the Viper are paying off.
Oh, Rey Mysterio lands on his feet and connects with a 1-foot dropkick.
So Rey Mysterio trying to maintain control here, trying to carry the momentum forward. Like we said, winning the World Heavyweight title. And Rey has come a long way in this Universe mode. from being beaten down by Triple H and losing in the Gold Rush tournament.
Yeah.
After arguably what should have been a disqualification.
It's true.
So one's got to wonder if Triple H cost Rey Mysterio that spot in the finals, if Rey would have beaten Randy then.
Yeah, that's true. And Triple H, of course, went on to squander that opportunity against the man sitting to my right over here.
That's true. And there's a code red from Rey Mysterio. And,
not going to capitalize on it. Very interesting.
well, takes the time to taunt.
And that's what happens. Randy, would you have gone for the cover there? He says yes.
That makes sense because he's Randy Orton. He was undefeated for quite some time.
He said it, not me.
And here we go. Rey Mysterio just... Wait a minute.
Orton's heard enough.
Randy, sit back down.
Oh, not like this. By God.
Wait a minute. There's the game. Ugh.
Triple H slugs Rey Mysterio in the jaw. And you got to think, perhaps Orton and Triple H are working together here.
I mean, former allies in Evolution, former teammates, there's a bond there. There's a connection there. And now Triple H is going to take advantage on the outside.
Ooh, crotch chop.
And Rey Mysterio able to counter out.
And I like that Rey didn't try to get in the ring. He went to punch Triple H in the face. Obviously didn't go well for him, but I like the heart.
And one thing you cannot say Rey Mysterio does not possess is a heart. He's got that heart of a champion, and he is the World Heavyweight Champion. But just 24 hours removed from winning the title, he's in an Indian deathlock with the game.
Rey's got to get to those ropes. He's very close, but he breaks the count. Interesting.
And Triple H dragging him in cover. But
Rey didn't even let him get one there. Making a statement.
Oh, and here's Rey Mysterio ringing that arm. And uh-oh.
The king of Lucha Libre is dialing it up.
619. And now he follows it up on the top rope.
Frog splash. Cover. Ooh. Triple H just gets the shoulder up to stay alive. That's a combination that's put away so many here in this universe and in real life.
That's true. And Rey Mysterio keeping the pressure on the game. I like it. And now that Randy Orton's gone, it seems like Rey Mysterio is back in control.
He's focused.
You've got to wonder how much Randy Orton affects Rey Mysterio.
Because he could still come back. Rey's got to keep his head on a swivel.
Well, but not only does Rey have to worry about the threat of the Viper on the outside, but right now he's dealing with the Cerebral Assassin in the ring. And there is a Snake Eyes.
Oh, spine buster. Will we see the stump pull? No, Triple H goes for the cover instead. One, two, and Rey kicks out.
A 2 count just barely as referee not Charles Robinson.
He's had a busy week.
And then the game stalking his opponent. Kick to the gut.
He's got him hooked.
And a pedigree finds the mark. Cover.
That's it. He's going to pin the new champ.
And Rey Mysterio
rolls his shoulder just in time. Triple H doesn't know what to do.
He's incensed. And here we've seen this before. He's removing that turnbuckle pad. in hopes that the dirtiest player in the game will come out with a victory. And another sidewalk slam.
Really just punishing Rey's back. Another cover.
1, 2.
Rey kicks out. I'm going to have to do it again.
And Rey sweeping the legs of Triple H. And wow!
Lion Salt! An ode to his champion compatriot over on SmackDown. And Rey sets it up for the 619, and it connects!
And Triple H is bleeding. Rey Mysterio in control again.
Not Charles Robinson he's playing with the turnbuckle pad. He's not even seeing what's happening here.
West Coast pop! And Rey didn't go for the cover because the referee was distracted.
That was ring awareness right there. I like that. Rey goes for the cover now.
2,
3. Nice.
And Rey
Great job.
Mysterio defeats Triple H despite the outside interference from Randy Orton.
And you have to wonder what's going on there. Like, how is Orton and Triple H tied into this?
That's true. Could there be some collusion happening? Obviously, things didn't go the way Triple H expected, but the World Heavyweight Champion, Rey Mysterio, tougher than you think, and here we see him kick out of that pedigree.
And there's the King of Lucha Libre hitting the 619 that would help put Triple H away. That's my king. I don't know about anybody else.
Well, Rey Mysterio, the new face of Monday nights,
Proving it there.
and we will see where it goes from here.
So obviously, Rey Mysterio unbothered by the outside interference of Randy Orton in that main event match, beating Triple H, which was huge. But we also had some other stuff happen earlier in the show. Jeff Hardy issued an open challenge that the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, answered and lost. CM Punk called out MVP, and they came to blows with CM Punk standing tall.
Yet again.
Yeah, again. That's true. Interesting to see how that's gonna fall out. We also had Shelton Benjamin and John Morrison face one another, and that was a decent match that Morrison got the upper hand. And then we had the tag team championship rematch in a non-title fashion. We can't just keep giving you title matches. Like, relax, people.
Yeah, but Air Boom won that.
And Air Boom did win that. Huge victory for them on the rebound of losing the titles just 24 hours ago.
That's true. Overall, very exciting Raw in Salt Lake City.
Thank you.
So job well done there, Robert.
But let's see if SmackDown can keep up the heat in the summer here.
Well, SmackDown is in New Mexico, and things are hotter than ever as we quickly approach the biggest party of the summer. Match 1 saw the United States champion Shawn Michaels be pushed to his limits by King Booker. Booker was in firm control of the match at the start, but Michaels would eventually take back control and really begin wearing down Booker T. King Booker gets planted with a big DDT, but winds up reversing a Sweet Chin Music attempt. Booker lands a bookend and gets a near 3 count. He stalks Shawn and connects with a scissors kick. King Booker then covers HBK for a 1, 2, 3. Since officially breaking up as a team, Kane and the Big Show saw each other across the ring in match 2. These two behemoths finally collided in a singles match, and both men utilized their big power moves to try to wear the other down. Kane took control of the match and tossed Big Show to the outside, where he would follow and continue the brawl. They would both eventually get themselves counted out, ending the match in a draw. The former Divas champion Beth Phoenix made her way to the ring to call out the new champion, Melina. Beth said that Melina's victory at the Great American Bash was nothing but a fluke and that she got lucky. Melina interrupts and says that she doesn't want to hear excuses. She beat her fair and square in the center of the ring. Beth Phoenix calls Melina a paper champion, to which Melina lays out a challenge to Beth. She offers to put the title on the line tonight, but Beth says that she's not ready to compete. Melina says she'll gladly defend the Divas Championship against Beth when she's woman enough to face her for it. Match 3 was magnificent as we had the very first Money in the Bank qualifying match. That's right. We are bringing Money in the Bank to SummerSlam. We haven't crowned a Mr. Money in the Bank at WrestleMania since we started the Universe Mode at Backlash. So we decided that we are going to put the Money in the Bank contract on the line in a 6-man ladder match. Interpromotional, of course.
3 guys from Raw, 3 guys from SmackDown. You're doing qualifiers, right? How's that working?
Starting qualifiers right now. As the opening qualifying match is Edge with Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder versus Bobby Lashley. Lashley started things off by gorilla pressing the Rated R Superstar and looking incredibly impressive in the early going. But as the match went on, the Ultimate Opportunist took advantage. Lashley tried for another gorilla press, but Edge is able to counter into an Impaler DDT. Lashley takes back control and continues to utilize his larger frame against Edge until Edge lands a massive Impaler DDT and a spear, and eventually pins a barely conscious Bobby Lashley. After the match, the Rated R Superstar went to leave the ring, but turned around and continued his assault on his opponent. Edge is now the first WWE Superstar to be entered into Money in the Bank at SummerSlam. Next up, we are unexpectedly treated to a promo by WWE Champion Chris Jericho. Jericho gets on the mic and announces that he is no longer going to be appearing until he gets a real challenge. He's beaten everyone on SmackDown and is refusing to show up until a credible challenger is determined.
Look out!
I know, I have tried to reach out to Jericho to try to get him to come, but according to his contract, he only needs to defend the title once a month. So every 30 days, as long as he defends that title, he will be the champion for the foreseeable future. But
your hands are tied.
My hands are tied, but that means we're opening things up to new challengers. So for the next few weeks, I will be scouting talent and will make an announcement regarding Chris Jericho's SummerSlam opponent in the very near future.
Interesting.
But for now, let's go to our main event of the evening as Mr. Kennedy takes on John Cena. And here comes the loudmouth himself, Mr. Kennedy!
Yeah, never a fan of that. Never popped me.
Yeah, I liked Mr. Kennedy from back in the day. So it's fun to see him here getting a shot on SmackDown. And he hasn't had too much luck in the past, but here he's got a real challenge as he goes one-on-one with John Cena.
Yeah, I mean, Cena's been having a pretty solid universe experience so far. So I think that this is a solid matchup between two guys that are looking to make it to the next level on SmackDown.
That's true, and here comes Mr. Hustle, Loyalty, Respect himself, the man who defeated The Miz just this past Sunday at the Great American Bash. Ladies and gentlemen, it is John Cena.
Is he wearing two hats?
John Cena is also like The Undertaker, in which they wear two hats to the ring.
What is in the water that cleans hats on SmackDown?
They're doubling up, man.
What is that? Like, I just noticed the green. I'm sorry to derail his entire entrance, but I noticed the green and was like, wait a minute.
Oh yeah, no, that's just the video game. Hashtag video game logic. Because it's tied to the John Cena model, his
Right.
hat is just there.
Because he has an interaction with it, right?
No, not for this
Then what
entrance
the
because
hell?
I changed it. But the hat itself is tied to the character model. It's dumb. They'll fix it.
2K.
And here we go. The bell rings. And
Yeah, my dislike for Mr. Kennedy notwithstanding, I'm excited to see this match play out.
yeah, I am too. And Kennedy, had a thing going on a couple weeks back with Christian. And Christian wound up defeating him, and then Christian became the #1 contender. And now Mr. Kennedy wants to solidify his spot on the SmackDown roster, especially now that the news that Jericho won't be around.
Yeah, that announcement frames this match in a completely different light. These are two guys that should or possibly could face Jericho for that title, so maybe they're going to show out here and try to prove to you which one of them is worth it.
Now, like I said, Cena defeating The Miz at the Great American Bash, finally freeing himself of The Miz, and now he's got to go through Mr. Kennedy, who is just taking the fight to John Cena.
Yeah, he just popped him over the rail.
And they got to get back in the ring before the referee's 10 count, and they do.
Yeah, we had a count out earlier on SmackDown.
And now Kennedy still just in really firm control of John Cena. Oh, but there's Cena. There he is.
Cena turning it around here? No?
Almost.
Interesting.
I'm almost wondering if Miz rocked Cena harder than Cena's willing to admit.
Who? There's Cena's goofy fisherman suplex.
But do you think that the Miz rocked John Cena more than he's letting on?
It's certainly possible. I mean, how many skull-crushing finales did he take?
Just one, but still, one
It's
is
a brutal
enough.
move.
One is enough. And now Kennedy stalking Cena. And
Ooh.
a modified figure 4 leg lock. And
That
now,
had to hurt. And Cena's on he's just getting beaten senseless here by Kennedy, who shoots the half.
one. And Cena saying no. And Kennedy is really showing out here.
Yeah, I think that he's really doing a good job of just not allowing Cena to catch his breath.
Oh, and Cena sweeps the leg, and now he's fixing his armband.
Subsequently getting a breath after I said he hadn't.
And now Cena
Now,
is fired
this is the
up.
Cena we know. Yeah. This is the Cena we know. 5 moves of doom!
And this
Here it
sometimes
comes.
this is all that it takes. Cena takes a beating and then makes a comeback. See what I did there? I used the thing. And now you can't see me. Cena off the ropes.
5 knuckle shuffle.
Connects And now Kennedy on Dream Street. 1,
1,
2.
2. Wow. Kennedy gets the shoulder up, but I'm sure John Cena has just one more thing for him.
And Cena
No, Cena's going to reserve
off the ropes. Wait a minute. Pops him up and catches him. John Cena.
Up.
A.
Shoots the hand. Well, that's over. 1, 2.
Kennedy kicks out.
No.
Mr.
Oh,
Kennedy
God.
somehow kicking out of the attitude adjustment. And now John
Pop-up
Cena.
attitude adjustment.
The pop-up attitude adjustment, excuse me. And now Kennedy throws Cena into the ropes.
It's interesting because Cena knew that it was going to take a little bit more to put Kennedy away, and then that didn't even work.
And now Kennedy up the top. Kennedy's got that big victory over The Undertaker.
Oh.
Will he beat Cena with a Green Bay plunge? Cover. 1, 2, 3.
Wow! Oh my God!
He does it. Mr. Kennedy has beaten John Cena.
Well, you know why the Green Bay plunge is so effective. Because you're in New Mexico. That's a really long way to go.
I see what you did there, but I am shocked. Honest to God, shocked that Mr. Kennedy just beat John Cena clean.
He withstood the storm of Cena's 5 moves of doom.
Miz couldn't even do that.
No.
And I thought this was it.
Pop-up, no less. Like, I thought Cena was trying to do something else, and he was just going for a little extra flair.
And nothing prepared John Cena for this. That Green Bay plunge.
Devastating. Ugh.
Like I said, he picked up the win against Undertaker with it a couple weeks back, and we haven't seen him since. So, Mr. Kennedy really showing up here tonight.
Stands tall, and you gotta imagine Chris Jericho was, hopefully he's even watching the show.
Well, I'm watching, and he's putting everyone in the WWE Universe on notice. Once again, completely and utterly shocked at the loss from John Cena. But you can't discredit Mr. Kennedy because, like I said, he beat The Undertaker. He might have retired The Undertaker. And now he just beat Mr. Hustle, Loyalty, Respect. That's going to earn some points in my book. I gotta say, gotta be honest. Earning some points in the GM's book. That's smart. Smart.
He's showing you he's the GM with the pen.
Yeah, well, you know, I figured I'm fidgety, okay?
Gotta prove it.
Yeah.
Gotta prove he's the GM.
So, overall, really good episode of SmackDown because Kane and the Big Show battled and got counted out because they wouldn't stop fighting. So, next week, I'm going to say it right now, next week, Kane and Big Show will face off yet again. Stay tuned to our Twitter because I think I might throw a stipulation on this. Might be a Twitter exclusive, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, Melina and Beth Phoenix. Melina laying out the challenge and Beth Phoenix saying no. Too soon, not the right time. So Melina said whenever she's woman enough, she could step up to the plate and get a title rematch. And then finally, we had Edge become the first entrant into the Money in the Bank match.
Like you said earlier, Money in the Bank coming to SummerSlam for us here. 3 superstars from SmackDown, the first being Edge, and 3 from Raw.
That's right. And then Booker T, King Booker, getting the win against the United States champion, Shawn Michaels.
Huge.
A lot of different shifting avenues here on Friday Night SmackDown.
So that's been this week in 2008. I'm Robert.
I'm Jordan. If you want, you could follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. We're at Royally Rumbled.
And you could follow me, Robert, individually at Yesball.
And I, Jordan, can be found on Twitter and Instagram at JL24FPS. So thank you very much for watching. Be sure to click subscribe so you never miss an episode. And we will see you next time in 2008.